Very excited to be joined right now. Your morning show with Jonny and Chris at Coldplay. Fellas, welcome to DC. We didn't turn the AC for you, so hopefully we stay cool tonight on stage at FedEx Field.
Well, we like it, and we're happy to be here. How are you doing, John?
I'm doing well. I'm excited to talk to you guys for a number of reasons. As a side note, I do stand-up comedy and just launched my tour today. I've been refreshing Live Nation pages across the country with ticket sales. Do you guys still do that? I mean, you guys have sold literally millions of tickets. Are there certain shows where it's like maybe the hometown show where it's like we better sell out the hometown show first, or do you guys kind of let it go?
Well, first of all, the feeling that you probably have today of that sort of nervous, oh my God, what's going to happen? We've definitely been through that a lot of times. And there comes a moment where you have to admit, okay, this show maybe isn't selling quite so fast, so we better, do something there. And then you get the elation of something selling out. It's the whole smorgasbord of emotions. So we try and stay away from that as much as possible. We try and just
it's stressful.
Do our best and trust that we're speaking to who we need to speak. You know what I mean? But we've definitely been there. How's it going? You're refreshing the page.
Oh, I had to stop because it's just one of those things where it's just like, I think it's funny you get that syndrome where it's like, is it me? Is it because people's internet's not working? It's such a weird thing to me. I'm sure you guys have found not being able to do tours really now that the world kind of reopening, where it's like, if this was January 2020, you guys are playing for a completely different show tonight of like people are excited out. It's another day. But for a lot of people tonight might be their first time going to a concert in 2 years. And money isn't as easy as access it was before. So this is like a really
it's a big deal.
Could be the show of people's lives tonight. They're going to see you guys.
Yeah. But John, let me speak to you for a second, which is to say, you have to remember also that it's a very noisy, scary world, especially at the moment. And if you feel like, God, my tour is not doing right, whatever, you just have to tell people about it. You know what I mean? And you have to just put everything you can into making it as great as possible and tell as many people as you can. And then beyond that, not worry, because it's going to be up and down. I mean, I don't know how long you've been touring as a stand-up. What, 10 years, 20 years? What?
I started 6 years ago, so I do it for charity for the Fisher House Foundation. So they help military families be with each other during surgery. So that's
amazing. That's amazing.
We raised $55,000, which is dope. So that's kind of I always say
cool.
people have to laugh because it's for charity. Yeah.
Yeah. But so to your point about how much of a big deal it is for people to come, especially to a stadium show, it's a real hassle. And so we don't take it for granted, and we try and say thank you, and we try and pour everything we have into the show, both energetically and in terms of fireworks and lights and stuff.
Yeah, the funny thing about the last couple of years is we obviously in us normal folk, like the work from home thing has been like we found you can work from home and to a point it's probably a little bit toxic where you can always be working. I mean, you guys have been doing this for 20 years. So I imagine first album probably was way more difficult to work on tracks at home or on the road. Whereas now, like, how do you shove that temptation to open the MacBook and be like, well, I can just, add a little bit more of this to something?
Well, we love that. So that's not a temptation. That's just great. It's just.
But also, I would say that none of us are that technically minded.
Yes, none of us can actually turn on a MacBook, but we have people around who, like just before we spoke to you, we have a studio here backstage, and we love working,
But to be honest, the last couple of years we've been working like that for, more 5 or 6 years really. So it to a certain extent, it didn't change how we worked, because we work a lot on our own and get together in really short, intense periods.
I'm curious, who's the biggest act y'all open for? I mean, obviously you guys haven't had to open a show in forever, but like coming up, like who is the one where it's like we had to open for this person?
Well, we were supposed to open for Justin Bieber at Christmas time in a radio show in London, but then I got COVID. So it would have been Justin Bieber, but we opened for U2 one show, which was awesome. And we opened for the Chili Peppers, who were opening for U2.
Yes. Both of them.
We opened for both of them, and then that's
Rammstein.
Yeah. We opened for a band called Rammstein. Yeah,
Rammstein
in Australia in 2001. That was cool. And Limp Bizkit. So we opened for a bunch of people, but we sort of felt like we weren't particularly good at that. So we just said, well, let's just play our own small show. The first time we came to Washington, we were opening for Stained, Linkin Park,
Aerosmith?
Good Charlotte. Maybe Aerosmith. I think that was Boston.
Oh, that was Boston. Okay.
But especially on festivals, you're opening for a lot of people.
Sure. And obviously, you know, when a band starts out, you're just hoping to get like, you have like the one song everybody knows. If you're opening for a show and you try to get the new stuff out too, you guys are at a point now where like, you have to eliminate songs from the set list. So like every, you know, tour, what goes into where it's like, listen, we can't do a 6-hour show. It's got to be, you know, 90, whatever it is. But how do you choose? And I guess, how do you keep it fresh for you guys? Because I imagine, you know, playing the same song for 20 years, like, you know, it might be a little bit like, okay, I've done this literally a million times.
What do you do with your material? Do you always do new material?
No, I try to do it, and again, completely different. I'm not comparing my jokes about wieners to Viva La Vida or Yellow. So just so we're on the same page. But I do think like I mean, I've always had the thought like there's people that have never seen it before. So it's always like, even though I imagine writing a song the same as a joke before it gets live. I've done it a million times. So I'm sure you guys literally have done a million times inside and out. So I guess it's powering through is a very, not the right term, but it's almost like somebody there hasn't seen it before.
Well, I think that's the way we approach some, I think there's two types of touring artists, some who are wanting to put on a show and some who are doing more of a concert. And the difference is that a concert is sort of like the audience is coming to watch you do whatever you're going to do. And that those people mix up their set lists a lot, and that's awesome. And then there's the more sort of show side of things where we're really trying to put on a thing that is really becomes like a musical after a while, and it does repeat the same most nights because that's what we feel is the best we can do at the moment. But
you know, every tour, well, most tours we have a new record, so there's a good 4 or 5 songs that we played from that, you know, so it's not boring for us remotely, and every night feels different as well. Yeah,
because there's always different people, and our show is so much about the audience. That's really the best thing about it, is the people who are there, you know, in the audience.
I saw that video that went viral of you guys asking the audience, and ironically I saw it on somebody's phone, to turn their phones off for a second. That's gotta be, I mean, a bit of irony, but I thought it was a cool point because I imagine like the dichotomy of both is like the person who's there, again, maybe hasn't been to a show in 2 years. This is their first night out. They're seeing one of the biggest bands in the world. How cool is this? But then I guess probably for you guys is like, hey, like, we want you to enjoy it like here and not so much like, nobody, it's like filming fireworks. Nobody watches that, you know, down the line. It's like, you want to enjoy it in the moment, right?
Yeah. Well, we only asked that for one song, and you know, we don't force it upon anybody, but it's really just fun for us for one song, because for a while we were like, why is no one applauding anymore? And then you realize because everyone's got one hand in the air and they do care. They're waving it like they really do care. So, but I don't know, man, we're at the point where we're just so grateful for anyone that's at the concert. We know how hard it is to get there. You can do whatever you like. If you want to film, if you want to sketch, if you want to read, you're welcome. You know what I mean?
Can I ask, what's the most offensive thing you see a fan do? Like, was it a dad who like brought somebody to a show and goes, dad sat down and was doing the crossword puzzle during the show? Like, what's the one thing where you go, all right, this person, they're here for somebody else?
I think in 2005, some of my daughter's friends came and fell asleep. But to be fair, they got a cool job, you know. Like dad's got an IT job. Like, this is pretty cool. But they were like 3. So
okay.
But like, you know, if anyone's there, we love them and they can do what they like.
Especially if they brought someone who really wants to go.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. I have some like rapid fire questions because again, you guys are amazing. And just to keep it quick as possible, you guys do a lot of traveling. And I just have questions. I just wonder because I think I'm like an idiot, I guess. Do you guys have to call your bank before you go on tour and be like, hey, I'm going to be in about 5 million cities next 30 days. So as far as fraud goes, like there's going to be no patterns, because I imagine when you guys go to Target and buy something, if it says card declined, it's not because of you guys. It's probably because of like the chip malfunction. So do you call the bank and be like, yo, like it's going to be wild for the next like year and a half we're on tour?
I always forget, and
it always happens. And it's always embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing, especially when you go, don't worry guys, I'll get this restaurant meal.
And you get that. Then you get the sort of pretty woman kind of hotel manager, like, "Excuse me, sir, I'm terribly sorry, but your card has been declined."
Dude, we sold millions of tickets. I swear, I got $20 for gum and a Coke.
Yeah. So no, we should do that.
Another stupid question. When you guys again started, like, being an international band, phones weren't really able to do like international calling back in the day. So you guys had to get like calling cards and have different flip phones and stuff when you be traveling different countries.
Like burner phones.
Yeah. We definitely had cards, and then I remember having to do dial-up internet. Which was a nightmare. Yeah, and you get like 1,000 different numbers that you had to call in every place. Yeah,
that'd be the worst. I'd be trying to chat with hot babes on Instant Messenger. My mom be on the phone and ruin it for me. You know what I mean? It was just the worst back in the day. Back in 2002. Listen, guys, have a fantastic show tonight. This has been a really cool honor for me to talk to.
Wait, Intern John, may I ask you one question?
Yes, sir.
I love your T-shirt. What is it?
I don't know, dude. I got it on Amazon, and this is like, I legit, because I feel like dude fashion is just so like whatever. I search cool guy shirt and
cool
like
guy shirt.
Yeah,
okay.
and it's
That
legit.
cool.
Yeah,
it's super cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear it every day now. I'm never gonna take it off.
Okay.
So next time I see you guys, I'm like, you guys remember this shirt?
Yeah, we will remember it.
Yeah, I searched cool guy shirts. So this has been a pleasure, guys. Thank you guys
John.
for being so cool. And I'm
good luck on your tour.
Thank you. I mean, hey, you guys too. I mean, a little bit bigger.
We'll see you around.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.